everyone. I thought I would just go live 1 minute before so I could hook it up on my laptop too to get the comments up and just to make sure that I can see what you're all saying. I am Iona Fife. I'm really delighted to be here and singing for you all. I will be putting up some chit chat, and if you want to request some songs, that would be cool too. I'm just making sure that I could see any comments. Comment with where you're watching from. I'm really interested. I'm coming to you from my flat, well, my rented flat in Springburn in Glasgow, but I'm from Aberdeenshire. I'm from Huntly, in between Inverness and Aberdeen. Hello everyone that's joined in so far. So I'm going to do half an hour, 40 minutes or so of Scot songs and folk songs, and maybe answer some of your questions if you've got any. Do some shout outs, say hello, talk about the Scot song tradition, how I kind of came to become a folk singer, I guess. I really miss going out and touring, and I was supposed to be in Australia right now on a tour that would have lasted almost a month, and that's been cancelled. So I'm coming to you right from my house in Glasgow. So I will begin with a song that I'd literally had just learnt this week. I've been spending some time trying to look at new ballads and look at new songs, and this is one. If anyone has heard of Jeannie Robertson or Stanley Robertson or Lizzie Higgins, they're traditional like traveller singers. They passed away now, but they were like the Aberdeen kind of the queen among the heather, the queen of these ballads and folk songs. And this is one that Jeannie sang, and it's been, over the years, it's been really confused because there's versions of this that is an Irish version, there's Scots versions. We don't really know where it came from, but I think it came from Ireland. And it's called The Fair of Balnafannon. And but there's versions called The Fair of Ballymena or Ballymoney. So I think it came from Ireland, and then some singers in Scotland kind of changed the lyrics and made it localised. Although apparently there is a place called Balnafannon, I'm not too sure, in Scotland, but this is a gorgeous short fragmented song, so let's have a go. This, by the way, is a shruti box. It's an Indian traditional instrument apparently, but it's kind of made its way into the folk singers circle as being a very useful instrument. So grab a drink of gin or whiskey or whatever it is that you're drinking, Diet Coke, coffee, whatnot, wine, and let's sing. I was coming from a fair, from the fair o' Balnafannon, when I met a winsome lass. She was as fair as the Rhiannon. I asked her for she dwelt as we walked along together by yon bonny mountain side. She replied, among the heather, I will build my love a bower near yon pure crystal fountain. And on it I will pile all the flowers of the mountain. I will range the mountain side and the dark glen sae dreary, and return to the bower wi' my spoils for my dearie, and return to the bower wi' my spoils for my dearie. So a very short, fragmented song could very much be part of a bigger ballad, and we just don't know. This is just one of these anomalies, and you can barely find it online, which is good for a folk song, because usually all the ones you can find online. So yeah, have a wee drink. Comment where you're listening from. I'm not sure if I'm seeing the comments or what's going on. Oh, there's two already. Yeah, so I think I'll do a Ceilidh song. This is Ceilidh Club after all. And this one it's both sung and it's also in the Scottish Country Dance Band repertoire, in the fact that this would be played as a waltz. And I need to remember it because I haven't sung it in a while. This one's called The Road and the Miles to Dundee, and it's gorgeous. It's about a girl who's asking a lad directions to Dundee, and he's like, I'll just take you there, it's fine. And they part with a kiss and they give each other parting tokens, and it's just one of these songs. It's quite nice, so join in if you know it. Cold winter was howling o'er moor and o'er mountain, and wild was the surge o' the dark rolling sea, when just about daybreak I met a young lassie, who asked me the road and the miles to Dundee. Says I, my young lassie, I canna weel tell ye the road and the distance, I canna weel gie, but if ye permit me to gang a wee bitty, I'll show ye the road and the miles to Dundee. She fairly consented and gied me her arm. No word did I speak, for the lassie might be. She appeared like an angel in feature and form, as she walked by my side to the road to Dundee. At length we the howe of Strathmartin behind us, the spires o' the town in full view we could see. She said, gentle sir, I can never forget ye, for shown me sae far on the road to Dundee. I took the goud pin frae the scarf on my bosom, and said, tak ye this in remembrance o' me. Then bravely I kissed the sweet lips o' the lassie, and I parted wi' her on the road to Dundee. Say, here's to the lassie, I canna forget her, and ilka young laddie was listening to me, and never be sweer to convoy a young lassie, though it's only to show her the road to Dundee, though it's only to show her the road to Dundee. I like a happy ending. There's normally no happy endings in a lot of the songs that I do. So yes, I hope that you're all having a good... The weather's been amazing. It's just been so lovely. I've been outside today, now I'm back inside, and that's the story of my life just now. I'm a folk singer, and I grew up in Huntly in Aberdeenshire, and I would go to things like the Traditional Music and Song Association competitions and Ceilidh days, and then I'd go along to folk clubs and some folk festivals around the northeast of Scotland. I think my mum and dad used them as like babysitting things, which means that I got brought up by some great singers with great songs. And I moved to Glasgow to study traditional music at the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland, and I found that it was very different in Glasgow, because I was brought up quite, unaccompanied traditional ballads, no arranging them, no nothing, just singing as you would in a kitchen gaily or in a sing around or whatnot, in a bothy, just that type of oral tradition that you'd get songs passed down to you. And moving to Glasgow was quite different because, you know, we had all these great, amazing trad bands and they were touring, and so I found that I would keep on working with guitarists and begin to work with musicians and kind of make a band out of it, which was really fun, and that's what I tour with. But there's nothing more than I like than going to like a ballad competition or a sing around where you can just sing the song and focus on the song. A lot of these ballads are really, really grim, as in like there's not much happy endings to any of them. So I'm trying to make some happy songs for y'all, but it's not going too well. So I think the next song we'll do is called I'll Lay You Doon Love, and I got this from the singing of a man named Jimmy Hutchison, and he was born on South Uist, but then he moved to Fife. So he can sing and speak in both Gaelic and Scots amazingly, and it's a bit like Joy last week. She can nail, you know, English songs, Scots songs, Gaelic songs. Similar to Joy, Jimmy is a bit like this, and this is called I'll Lay You Doon Love, and it's about a girl who's waiting for a man to come back because he promises that he'll come back and marry her and they'll make lots of babies and he'll make lots of money for her. And it is based in Aberdeenshire in Inverrye, and I don't think he ever came back. Maybe a bit more. Yeah. I'll lay you doon love, I'll treat you decent, I'll lay you doon love, I'll fill your can, I'll lay you doon love, I'll treat you decent, for surely he is an honest man. Well, like a duty summer evening, down by the banks o' the pleasant dawn, as I went walking, I could hear them talking, saying surely he is an honest man. I'll lay you doon love, I'll treat you decent, I'll lay you doon love, I'll fill your can, I'll lay you doon love, I'll treat you decent, for surely he is an honest man. I'm bound away, love, and I mun leave you to cross the hills and the bonny sands. But when I return, then we'll get married. When I return, I'll lay you doon, I'll lay you doon love, I'll treat you decent, I'll lay you doon love, I'll fill your can, I'll lay you doon love, and I'll treat you decent, for surely he is an honest man. I've no goud nor gear to offer, nae silver rings for your bonny hands. My heart is true and my arms are stronger, for you I'll work like an honest man. I'll lay you doon love, I'll treat you decent, I'll lay you doon love, I'll fill your can, I'll lay you doon love, I'll treat you decent, for surely he is an honest man. Well, I travelled free Inverrye, and doon as far as Edinburgh town, but when I return, then I'll travel further. When I return, I'll lay you doon, I'll aid you in love, I'll treat you decent, for surely he is an honest man. So we don't know if they had a happy ending or not, but I guess it doesn't have any death in it yet, which is the main thing. So a lot of these ballads, the traditional ballads, are the long narrative songs, particularly ones that have been passed down from generation to generation. And there's a collection called the Child Ballad Collection, and this collection has 305 ballads in it, and was compiled by I'm going mad, and was compiled by a man named Francis James Child over in Harvard in Massachusetts, and he never even left his armchair. He just got people to send in the ballads, and out of 305 of these ballads, 91 of them were either indirectly or directly from or related to Aberdeenshire. So when I was growing up, I could go and see, you know, all the statues of battles that took place, or I could go to graves of people who were in these ballads. It's all very linkable and traceable, and the history was very much on my doorstep, which is lovely. And I really don't have any fast songs, I'm sorry, but I'll sing, if I sing a long ballad you might fall asleep, but I'll sing one from around my area called Lonely in the Bothy, and I think that a lot of people are feeling like this right now in their houses if they're alone. So Lonely in the Bothy. This was written by a man named Charles Murray. I might use the shooty box again. This is in Doric, so the language, of course, that Joy was speaking last week was Gaelic and English, and this song is written in the Doric dialect of Scots, which is quite interesting. O fynnaig dyn ti erde, wel the boss at Nicoloo. He couldna back a tractor kit, there's nae why he could pollute. Therefore I got a the work to do that suited me just fine, and I bade in a little timmer bothy. Oh, the cold winds they blowing underneath my timmer bothy door, and the moosies they juking and out the knot holes in the floor. But that's nae the worst o' being here, discomforts I can thole, for it's lonely at night in the bothy. Well, I'll sort the mannies from sea bulls and pet them doon to Perth, and I ken I'm the best showman that ever walked the earth. Mid finna the chachins are we, and finna the sailors one. It's back to my little timmer bothy. Oh, the cold winds they blowing underneath my timmer bothy door, and the moosies they juking and out the knot holes in the floor. But that's nae the worst o' being here, discomforts I can thole, for it's lonely at night in the bothy. Well, I've nae wife to tie me doon, say I'm on the loose, and ilka nicht I can be found at Waldy's public house. But he canna blame a man for taking comforts whiles he can, for it's lonely at night in the bothy. Oh, the cold winds they blowing underneath my timmer bothy door, new seas they droop and unearth the knot holes in the floor. But that's nae the worst of being here. Discomforts I can thole, for it's lonely at night in the bothy. Aye, it's lonely at night in the bothy. So that one's called Lonely in the Bothy, and it's not a bothy ballad, but it's kind of in the same ilk as that. So yes, I guess we're feeling lonely in our bothy sheds too. I think I'm going to carry on with a song now it's getting close to berry picking time in Scotland and the Perthshire Glens, and in, you know, all up the east coast. A big part of the economy is, you know, berry picking, selling fruits, no rasps and all that. And this song is from the Stuarts of Blair, and it was written by, I'm just having a wee look at any comments that have come up. It was written by Belle Stewart on Hogmanay, and I think it was about 1946, and it became her party piece to write a song on Hogmanay. And Belle Stewart was the mother of Sheila Stewart, and this family called the Stuarts of Blair was similar to the family, the Robertsons of Aberdeen. All these travelling families, they were very much interconnected with who's who and what they sing, and they played pipes and they had stories and songs, and you know, they didn't have TVs or Netflix or Amazon Prime or any of that. So they just sung to each other, and I think that would be quite nice to grow up with. So I'm so glad that Ceilidh Club are so lovely and supportive of the Doric. That's really, really important, because I think Doric gets missed out a lot, or Scots gets missed out because people just think, oh, Scots is English, but it's really not. It's like, if I went home to Huntly, like the way that folks speak up there are so different. And I've lived in Glasgow for like 5 years, and of course I'm really neutral now because I've been about. But oh my goodness, when you go back to Huntly, like it's so broad how folks speak. But yeah, I'm gonna do one called The Berry Fields o' Blair, and I think this is a gorgeous wee song, and it's about the people who come to Blairgowrie to pick the berry fields, and how they're comes from all over Scotland, and nowadays they come from all over Europe. And it's just about how these are nice folks, you know, there's a lot of situations that would happen in the berry fields. So, Berry Fields of Blair. When berry time comes around each year, Blair's population swelling. There's every kind o' picker there, and every kind o' dwelling. There's tents and huts and caravans, there's bothies and there's bivvies, and shelters made wi' tatty backs and dugouts made wi' divvies. There's corner boys frae Glasgow, kettle boilers frae Lochee. There's miners frae the pits of Fife, mill workers frae Dundee. There's fisher folk frae Peterhead, and tramps frae everywhere, all looking for a living off the berry fields o' Blair. There's travellers frae the Western Isles, frae Arran, Mull and Skye, frae Harris, Lewis and Kyles of Butes, they come they look to try, frae Inverness and Aberdeen, frae Stornoway and Wick, a flock to bleed at berry time, the straws and rasps to pick. There's some wha earn a pound or twa, some canna earn their keep. There's some will pick frae morn till nicht, and some would rather sleep. There's some wha hate to pick or starve, and some wha dinna care. There's tragedy and comedy played on the fields o' Blair. There's families picking for one purse, and some wha pick a lane. There's men wha shade and shade alike, wi' wives that's no their ain. There's gladness and there's sadness too, there's happy hearts and sair. There's some wha bless and some wha curse the berry fields o' Blair. Afore I pit my pen awa, it's this I'd like to say. You'll travel far afore you'll meet a kinder lot than they. For I've mixed be them in field and pub, and whiles I've breath to spare, I'll bless the hand that led me to the berry fields o' Blair. That song's The Berry Fields o' Blair, written by Belle Stewart. So it's a brilliant, brilliant song. Hello to everyone who's just joined in. How are we all doing? Good. Yes. So I've just been looking at different songs in the past wee while, and I've decided to do ballads singing, teaching workshops on Patreon. And every week what I do is I pick one ballad and then deconstruct it, look at the context of the ballad, the history, create help sheets, and teach you the ballad via video on Patreon. And I'll teach the ballad in both Scots and English. So I'll tweak the ballad to make a version in Scots and a version in English, because I've got people on the Patreon that are American and they don't have the dialect, and sometimes they'd rather learn it in English. So I've been teaching these. I've got 2 up already, Barbara Allen and The Rigs Awry, and then next week I'll have another one up. And if you're interested in learning some Scottish singing over lockdown period, then go over to the Patreon. It's for all ages, really. I mean, some of the ballads deal with death, but that's Scottish ballads, and unfortunately I've become accustomed to that and desensitized to it. But it's very much for all ages, and make it easy for everyone to sing along. So all ages and all, you don't have to, all beginner, intermediate, whatever, it doesn't matter, it's just for everyone. So that's over on Patreon. So this is one of the songs that I'll sing that I taught last week on that. And this isn't a full-length ballad, it's just a song, and it's got a happy ending to it. Hurrah! Finally, a happy ending. That's exactly what we need, because I've been talking about some of these ballads, but like, I haven't sung them, but they're, oh my goodness, some of them are just so gruesome. So this one is called The Rigs Awry. I think I'll use this shooty for that. Just try to get the note. Cool. 'Twas in the month so sweet July, afore the sun had pierced the sky. 'Twas in a time to a wreck so wry, I heard twa lovers talking. The lad said, "Lover, I must away. I've got no longer time to stay, but I've got a word or two to say. If you've got time to tarry, your mother, oh, you he takes great care. Your mother comes junior yellow here, and your sisters say that you'll get nae share if you gang with me, a stranger. Let my mother fret and my sisters frown. My father's words I do disown, although they are deed and although the ground. I've gang with you, a stranger. Oh lassie, lassie, your fortune's small, and maybe it'll be needful. You're no match for me if I'll lay your love to none another. This lassie's cottage began to fail, her rosy cheeks grew wan and pale, and her tears come trickling down like hail, or a heavy shower in the sun. He's ta'en his hanky hold and fine. He's dried her tears and he's kissed her sign. Same dry up your tears, love, you shall be mine. I said it ought to try you. This laddie been of courage bold, a lad o' scarce 19 years old. He made the hills and the valleys roar, and he's ta'en his lassie wi' him o'. This couple they married new, and they bare naes one and two, and they bide and bleak in the winter through, a hand in Montrose in the summer. Aye, they bide and bleak in the winter through, a hand in Montrose in summer. So that song was called Rigs Awry, and I learnt it from the singing of Rod Patterson. Rod Patterson was in a band called the Ceilidh Club years and years ago, and he's a tremendous exponent of Burns song and Scots song, and he was my teacher when I was at uni along with Fiona Hunter, but Rod taught me that one, and he's wonderful. So you should all look up Rod Patterson if you haven't. He's all over YouTube, like such a classic revivalist singer. So good. I'm just going to sup some water now. Yes. So it's what, week whatever of lockdown now? I just can't remember. I think there's a Scots saying called "Ach aye, the nichts are fair dran in," and after 21st of June you can say that and you can be right, and it basically means that's it, summer's over, winter's coming, and people say that literally on the summer solstice. Likewise on the winter solstice people goes, "Ah, the days are fair dran out," meaning the sun, you know, the summer's coming, it's going to get lighter soon. And I thoroughly believe that once this is done, we could easily say, "Ach, the nichts are fair dran in." How depressing is that? Summer will be gone. But anyway, you know what? I should definitely never have like a chat show or a podcast, because it would just be me ranting. That would be it. Just me ranting in Scots just about rubbish. So I apologise to y'all. Thinking about some songs to try and cheer us up. I don't have any. I really don't have any at all. I mean, they're just, all these are designed to depress you. And okay, well there's one. This one's called Star of the Bar, and it's not a traditional one. It's a good one. I think it's written by a man called Davy Matheson. I might be wrong. It's not Davy Matheson. Oops. I don't normally do non-traditionally kind of ones. It just depends. But this one's about a girl who, quite frankly, she's not a looker. She's not a nice person, but she's good fun to be with in the pub. It's a bit brutal, isn't it? We all know someone like that. Let's accept it. So it's called Star of the Bar. Okay. Oh, I'll sing He's a Stave if you'll geese your attention. It's nae sang o' pity, it's nae tale o' woe. Aye, in nae word of honour or love will I mention. But I'll sing o' a lassie I kenned long ago, nae better than me, stand nae worse as money, and what drew me to her's no easy to see. She was coarse, she was heartless, and she was nae that bonny, but she was a star o' the bar in her day. I straffied the Royal Mile with her, drinking in style with her, Rose Street fae end to end, often surveyed. Focht and swore in the pubs wi' her, rolled in the dubs wi' her, much money subs we her never repay. Nae better than mist and no worse as money, and what drew me to her's no easy to say. She was cursed, she was headless, and she was nae that bonny, but she was a star o' the bad in her day. All you chaps, we young lassies, believe me love soon passes, and all your bright dreams are but straws in the wind. Better in who's a doon wi' ye, sing a fine tune wi' ye, pass the glass roon wi' ye, drink yoursel blind. Nae better than mist, and no worse as money, and what drew me to her's no easy to say. She was cursed, she was headless, and she was nae that bonny, but she was a star o' the bad in her day. Nae better than mist, and nae worse as money, and what drew me to her's no easy to say. She was cursed, she was headless, and she was nae that bonny, but she was a star o' the bad in her day. So that's Star of the Bar, a little light-hearted one to cheer you up after all the misery that I've subjected you to. Apologies. So yes, I'm Iona Fife, and I'm delighted to be here on the Ceilidh Club Facebook, singing some songs and chatting some rubbish at you all. Just having a wee looky right now at the comments. Hello to everyone that's joined in and who's watching. It's very, very exciting. Before all this lockdown stuff, I hadn't really done the whole live thing. I guess we never really needed to, and now it's just like live music on Facebook every day. So yeah, I think I might do one of those ballads that are really, really grim. I'll have to think about it. This one is called Earl Richard. I'm just gonna get some. This one's called Earl Richard, and I also learnt it from Rod Patterson. And this is a really short ballad. It's a version of Love Henry, which is another ballad. And if anyone is familiar with Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, then he covered this in his album, which is very, very exciting to have such a rock star sing a traditional ballad. So yeah, this is called Earl Richard. Earl Richard is a hunting gane as fast as he can ride, his hunting horn hung about his neck and his broadsword by his side. When he come to my lady's gate, he's turned at the pin, and was sae fain as she herself to rise and let him in. Oh light, Earl Richard, she said, light and stay the night. Ye shall have cheer with charcoal clear and the candles burning bright. I winna light, no I canna light, no, and I'll light the ta, for a fairer maid than 10 o' ye will await me in my hall. He stooped down for half his steed and kissed her cherry cheek. She had a penknife in her hand and she's wounded him sae deep. Oh, lie there, Earl Richard, she said, lie there till morn, and a fairer maid than 10 o' me will await your coming long. Then up and spak a wee bird that sat upon a tree. What you hae done to Earl Richard, so what you did to me? Can I had an arrow in my hand and a bow bent on a string, I'd shoot a dart at your brute heart, all in the leaves sae green. She's called her servants in by een and caught them twa by twa. I hae a dead man in my bout and I wish he were awa. Well, een is seen him by the hand and the other by the foot, and the deepest well in Clyde water has made his winding sheet. Then up and spak a wee bird that sat upon a tree. Gie hame, ye false lady, and pay your maids the fee. Come doon, my bonny bird, oh come ye doon to me. Hi hey, a cage of the beaten garden, I'll gie it to thee. Gie him, ye false lady, and pie and baids the fee. What do you heed into your Richard? So what you do to me? Can I had an arrow in my hand, and a bow bent on a string? I'd shoot a dart at your prude heart, all in the leaves sae green. Nice, a little murder ballad. I couldn't do this stream without not doing a murder ballad at all. So yeah, that is Earl Richard from the Singing of Rod Patterson. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just trying to think. Ranting in Scots about rubbish sounds like a great strapline. That could be my next podcast. I own a 5 rants rubbish to you. Subscribe now. It's like my YouTube page anyway. So yeah, if you're interested in learning some Scots songs over lockdown, then there is a tier called the Ballad tier, and that's on my Patreon account. And Patreon it's been around for a while, but not like everyone's just going to it now because of course we can't tour and we can't, we can't do what we normally do. So I've taken to teaching. That's knocked that over. Teaching online on Patreon. And of course I'm doing one-to-one lessons too, but it depends what level of balladry you want to know about. If you want some really, really grim songs, I can hook you up. So I think I will just do one more song and that'll be that. But thank you so much to Ed and the Ceilidh Club for having me. It's really, it's so nice to do something with your Friday nights, and if it involves singing and, being able to talk rubbish, then that's much appreciated. Thank you so much for having me. This is a great page full of great things, and I hope to be at an event in person at some time. So yes, I will finish off with with a lovely parting song that I just came into my head last week. I learned it when I was much younger, but I haven't sung it a lot. So it's called Bonnie Glenshee. Do you see on high hills so covered with snow, they painted mony's a true love, and they'll soon paint us to all. Busk, busk, bonny lassie, I an come awa wi me, and I'll tak ye to Glen Isla, near bonny Glenshee. Do you see on sodgers as they march along, with their muskets round their shoulders and their broadswords hanging down? Busk, busk, bonny lassie, I an come awa wi me, and I'll tak ye to Glen Isla, near bonny Glenshee. Do you see on shepherds as they walk along, with their plidies round about them, and the sheep they graze on? Busk, busk, bonny lassie, I an come awa wi me, and I'll tak ye to Glen Isla, near bonny Glenshee. Oh, it's fain I'd gang wi ye, for you're aye on my mind. It was never my intention to leave ye behind. Busk, busk, bonny lassie, I an come awa wi me, and I'll tak ye to Glen Isla, near bonny Glenshee. Busk, busk, bonny lassie, I an come awa wi me, and I'll tacky to Glen Isla, near bonny Glen Shee. Thank you very much for having me, Ed, and the Ceilidh Club. I hope that you all have a lovely, lovely weekend. Bye!